Hello, welcome to You Know Something with Dina.
And Diana.
Hello, Diana.
Hi.
We are recording kind of late. We're night owls now. So
I used to work night shift, baby, for 32 years. This is my normal.
it's your prime time, isn't it?
Mhm.
Kind of a night owl too, but past few years I've had to get up early, so I'm not as much. But I'm like you. I kind of get started like at 4 or 5 o'clock. I start getting motivated. So at night.
Crazy, but that's how I feel. Yes, I'm not a morning person at all.
Okay, well, that's why we get along so well, I guess.
Mm.
All right, well, let's get going. Now, we recorded, this is the first time we've been back from the 4th of July break, except for our Sunday episode. We did a Giggles and Gratitude. So if you haven't listened to that, go back and listen to that, July 13th. This is our first You Know Something episode after our break. So if you want to hear about our 4th of July, go back and listen to that episode.
Yeah.
Um,
Plus, I'm just going to throw in, I think it's a great episode if you didn't see it, just for things that are happening in the world and how we address that. So I encourage our listeners. I felt like that was a really, really good episode.
yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree. Some of them are not as good as others, and that was good.
No, it's just that one was very relevant to what was going on at that moment in time in the world.
That's true. Well, because we were talking about 4th of July, so when I think of 4th of July, I think about fireworks and party or friends and family. And what else do we think about when we think about 4th of July?
When we think about barbecuing and eating,
There you go. We think about hot dogs. This first story is about hot dogs. What is your relationship with hot dogs?
I'm a hot dog girl. I
Are
like
you?
them. Yeah, they cause me heartburn.
Do you eat them anyway?
Yes, I eat them anyway.
Okay. Do you eat a little Tums with them?
Oh, I pre-tums. That's called when you know you're going to eat something bad. You just pre-tum
Pre-game.
it.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
pre-game.
you pre-medicate.
Okay. What is your ideal hot dog like? What do you put on it?
Oh, I like just ketchup.
Ah,
Yeah,
simple
and I
girls.
mean, yeah, and I mean, I do like chili dogs, but I'm not a mustard girl.
Really? I'm mustard, onions, and chili.
Mhm.
The reason I'm talking about hot dogs is because every 4th of July there is a hot dog eating contest.
Oh, mercy me. Mm. Yeah,
Coney
no,
Island, I'm sorry, go ahead. Yeah, we're having a little lag. Go ahead.
don't sign me up for that one.
Well, I was going to ask you, Nathan's Hot Dog sponsors a hot dog eating contest at Coney Island. They've been around since like 1916, I think, 1915. Are you familiar with Nathan's?
I'm not.
Well, they originated in New York and Coney Island, but we live in the South, so one of our grocery store chains is Kroger, and they have them at Kroger. There's a big sign outside. They're supposed to be the best. I think I've had them. Hot dogs are very personal. Like you might like the big, thick, juicy ones that kind of pop when you eat them, or you might prefer the long, thin, paler ones. You know what I mean? Like they're like
You,
some are more
yeah.
sausage than hot dogs, so they're kind of sausagey.
What is the name of the big thick ones like you were talking about? I can't recall.
I don't know did they have a name like for the fatter ones and then this long skinny ones?
Surely they do.
It's
We're
not in
gonna
my notes. I have everything
we're
about
gonna need to Google that.
it. I need to do that. I need a producer that Googles things for us. But anyway, Nathan's are more of the thicker, sausagey dogs. And they to promote their hot dogs, they have this hot dog eating contest. I'm sure you've heard of it.
Uh-huh.
And really started in the 1970s. And there was a guy named Kobayashi, and he was the winner from the beginning till about 2006. And then he was dethroned by Joey Chestnut. Have you heard that name, Joey Chestnut?
No, Kenny Chestnut, but not Joey.
Chesney.
Yes. Oh, Chesney, you're right. It's, oh, how funny.
Kenny
I
Chestnut.
hope our listeners got a laugh out of that one.
I knew that didn't sound right. Kenny Chestnut. Anyway, I told you we were loopy because it's like Kenny. Joey Chestnut took over that title and has won every year since then, except for 2 years. And one year he just was dethroned by somebody, kind of a freakish thing. And the other one was in 2024, and he took a contract with a Impossible. Have you ever heard of Impossible Burgers?
No.
It means meat-free burgers. So like
Hmm.
a vegetable burger, I guess. And then they started making hot dogs. So they thought we're going to get Joey Chestnut, pay him a lot of money, and get him to say, you shouldn't be eating hot dogs. You should be eating Impossible dogs because they're better for you. Well, he did it like a big dummy. He did it, took the contract, and then what do you think Nathan's did?
Right.
You can't join our contest this year. So he had to lay out that year. So somebody else won that year. But he came back this year and he did win the original contest. The Kobayashi guy ate 50 hot dogs, if you can imagine. Now, a hot dog in a hot dog eating contest is the wiener and the bun. So
Okay.
that's the technical rules. Now, you can put any condiment on it you want, but most people don't put any condiments because that would just add something else in your stomach that you're having to swallow and eat. So,
Yeah. Right. Especially if you're in an eating contest. You don't want
yeah,
any more.
if you think about any kind of goop you put on, it's going to take up space in your stomach. So anyway, Joey's the champion. His nickname is Jaws because of the way he shoves those wieners down his big pie hole.
My goodness.
But what he does is, let's see, I'm trying to see how many he ate this year to win. I think he went down a little bit because he said he's getting older, he's getting out of shape.
Bless him.
He actually trains for it like it's a marathon. He'll working the way up.
Really.
Yeah. Okay, he ate 57 hot dogs to win, I think, this year. I don't know, I think it was 70 something. Anyway, he has eaten 70 hot dogs. But he takes the wiener and bun and separates it. So he'll take the wiener, he takes two wieners, puts them at the tip of his mouth, and then like he eats them like like a wood chipper, like shoves them in his mouth two at a time, and then he eats the bun separately. And I have seen him dunk the bun into water because that makes it, and like mush it up into like a dough ball. So that's a technique. Now the woman, they have a male winner and a female winner. The female winner, she ate 33. So that would be our category is
Right.
female. Do you think you could eat, you get 10 minutes? How many hot dogs do you think you could eat in 10 minutes?
Probably one, maybe two. I'm not in your contest, girl. That's not for me. Can you imagine though how much sodium you're dumping into your system?
I wonder if like their blood pressure goes up afterwards.
I'm sure that's why he dips it in water because he's probably dehydrated and his mouth is dry.
Yeah, you can drink whatever you want, but again, people don't because that fills up your stomach, so much.
Oh,
And I believe he eliminates out of his orally after he finishes the contest. I'm trying to know how to say throw up in a polite way, but I think they just lean over the table and eliminate the minute they're it's over with. So it's kind of disgusting, actually.
I've never been to one of those, and I'm pretty good without that.
You don't notice it's not on your bucket list to watch, huh?
No, I've saw enough people throw up because they're actually sick,
Well,
not
that's
people.
true. That's
They
true.
did something to cause them to be sick.
Right. Right. Well, they do it for money and for the title. And you win $10,000 if you come in first. So Joey got $10,000 and the woman who won, I think her name is Mita, she won. He makes all of his money through sponsorship and eating contests. He eats like crystal contests, donut contests. There are eating contests all over the country throughout the year. And there's actually a sanctioned organization called the MLE, which is the Major League Eating Association. that makes up the rules for this, and they're the ones who told Joey he couldn't compete last year because of the contract dispute. So it's kind of a whole thing. I mean, it's kind of crazy.
I have to say, I didn't know about it, but now I'm aware. That's information I was glad that you shared.
You're not.
I will know that next time someone asks me.
Well, there was we did a past podcast episode, and I can't remember what it was about, but somehow started talking about hot dogs. And hot dogs, when they tested them, had human DNA in them. Now,
Really?
yeah, because a hot dog is just everything ground up and shaped into a wiener.
Mhm.
And they deduced that maybe, hopefully, there's human DNA in hot dogs because the workers in the factories, like their hair will fall into it, or maybe a
Oh my
fingernail
goodness.
or sweat. That didn't really make me feel much better.
I think I'm just going to boycott hot dogs if that's what's happening down the line.
Well, that's what Tia said. She said, "You've completely ruined hot dogs for me. Thanks a lot." But
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Dina.
I'm sorry. Anything else you want me to ruin for you?
No, I'm pretty good right now.
I think I think I could win a donut. I think I could eat 10 donuts in 10 minutes. I don't know if that would be a female record, but I think I could do that.
Yeah, think I could do that one as well.
Do you? But crystals. I have eaten quite a bit of crystals or White Castle if you're from the north, hamburgers and one. But we discussed this before, and you do not like crystals at all.
No, I'm good without that too.
All right, so that's everything you didn't want to know about Nathan's hot dog eating contest.
Thank you, Dina.
Well, it is a 4th of July tradition, and these stories were for 4th of July. Okay, so let's say you've won your hot dog eating contest and you've gotten a little out of shape, which he also did say he gains weight and has to get back in shape after that, which is really weird to think about. But then you may have a bigger booty after that.
One would pretty much consider that that would be the result of what you, if you engorge, yourself with eating
Yeah,
periodically,
yeah,
it's going to happen. I was
yeah.
just about to ask you, what was the man's weight?
Oh, he did. I don't think he revealed his weight, but he's not a big man. He's,
Okay.
like average. I would say average, kind of tall, but average weight, I would say so. He probably eats very healthily in between all those all through the contest. But I would think buns would go to your buns. That's what I'm thinking on the bun part. The hot dogs, yeah, I'm a high protein diet girl, so I'm
If
good
you
with that.
think about it, if you evacuate your stomach fairly quickly after you have ate that, you're not going to absorb the calories, that kind of thing.
Yeah, we don't recommend that. That's a medical mental condition, but we don't recommend that. That's an eating disorder, but he does it just for these contests. I mean, you can imagine it'd be hard to hold them down, so they're going to come back up.
Ah.
But I'm talking about, but what is okay, I asked you what your relationship was with hot dogs. Now I'm going to ask you, what is your relationship with your booty? Seriously.
Well, pretty much the only thing is I look at it in the mirror when I am putting my clothes on to make sure I look decent from behind. Other than that, I don't think too much about my booty.
Yeah, I
I
think some people
wash
feel like
it.
it's their best feature. Some people think it's their worst feature. Some people wish it was bigger. Some people wish it was smaller.
Oh
I,
my goodness, it is what it is. And let's work on it through exercise and diet, and you'll be fine, I promise.
I think you have a cute booty.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. I think my booty is like nondescript. Like it's not perky. It's not round. It's not flat. It's getting flatter as time goes by. But it's just kind of like, when we were in high school, it was all about the boobs, wasn't it? All about the chest.
Oh, yeah, it's changed.
Yeah. So now it's about the booty. And I'm talking all this booty talk because our next story is about the Brazilian butt lift, the BBL,
All right.
which is for those who don't know, cosmetic surgical procedure where they transfer fat with liposuction from other areas and put it into your booty. They purify it first. And you may know about this a lot, Diana, since you're in the medical field, but I would say none of your children at the children's hospitals were getting BBLs while they were there. So,
Yeah, that was the few and far between.
yeah. So that might not be your expertise, but it is a fat transfer and they harvest the fat from one area and put it into another. And it is one of the biggest growing cosmetic procedures because I would think because of the Kardashians, wouldn't you?
Yes. And things come in waves. So you have your season of boobs, and then you have your season of booties, and then you have your season of lips. You just kind of have, it's a trend, but now, yes. And actually, you can do butt lifts with, fillers to kind of accomplish the same thing, but it's not as obviously long lasting as your fat transfer.
Yeah, but I would say it would be a lot less dangerous because, and a lot less recovery time because the Brazilian butt
Yes.
lift is actually one of the, I think it's the deadliest cosmetic procedure. And it could be because so many more people are doing it now, whereas it could be another thing because that fat can get into your bloodstream. You can have a fat emboli. I think that's what it's called.
Embolism.
Thank you. And if somebody doesn't know what they're doing and they inject it into the wrong place.
Sure. Yeah. You got to know, go to somebody who's reputable for sure if you're going to go to that extent.
And because it's an expensive procedure, sometimes people will, I'm not going to say a certain area in the world because I don't know, but places where it might be cheaper and people cut corners.
Right. Correct.
And then you cannot sit on your booty for 2 weeks.
So what do you sit on?
You just have to like get on your knees. Like, in other words, there are people, usually women, you see on airplanes coming back from other countries on their knees in their airplane seat with the seatbelt around their waist.
And they allow that?
They
Okay,
have
you're
to.
on your knees
Yeah, you
and
get
you
down
have
on
your
the floor on your
seatbelt
knee and then you have your seatbelt around. Yes. Isn't that insane?
uncomfortable. Would that be?
And embarrassed. I mean, it's like, here's my booty.
Everybody knows what I did this
Can
weekend.
you imagine not sitting down? I mean, now I thought about going to the bathroom. How in the world do you do number two? You could hover if you're doing number one, but how do you
Well, honey, you're gonna have to fast hover for number two and learn it quickly.
let me go out and
Because
hold
it's
on to a
it's
tree?
coming whether you want it or not.
You cannot hold it for 2 weeks. That's for sure.
No.
Well, BBLs are recently in the news because if all that uh, possible death and complication is not enough to keep you from doing it, there's also, they've discovered that there's a smell related to it for various reasons. One reason is because it's, if you're small and you've got this new big booty, you may sweat in between those two booty parts. This is so hard to talk about.
I was gonna say you are so correct on your grammar.
I'm trying to be because we are a show that advertises that children can be in the room when we're talking. It's not a children's podcast, but if you're in the car driving along and they're in the back seat, we try not to embarrass you, but I'm just gonna say butt crack sweat. That's what it is. That's what it is.
I'll go with that.
Okay. So if you think about if you suddenly have a big old booty, your body has not adjusted to that added feature. And some of them are really extreme, just like implants can be really extreme. So you get the sweat in between. That's one factor. Another factor comes from, and this is even worse, trying to talk about cleaning yourself. It's more complicated, more difficult, and you're not used to having to clean that big old booty when you go to the bathroom. Therefore, you get infection, you get just, smell from it, which is so
Right.
gross.
It is.
And then number three, if when they fill your booty with the fat, they put so much in there that it all can't survive because it can't get blood to it. So
Yeah.
yeah, about 50% dies, the fat dies. And what do you think that smells like?
Well, that's where it comes into being able to have a normal bowel movement in a normal position on a toilet.
And all that fat comes out, I guess. I don't know where
Well,
it goes. What
well,
did
yeah, yeah, you would, in my thought process, you would excrete it obviously through your body, and you're gonna put it through, and it's gonna go out the other end.
Whew.
It could have actually just gone right out, but it had
Mm.
be, had to be absorbed by the body and all that.
Yeah, well, they overfill it because they know about 50% is going to go away. What it says is when there's more fat in an area than blood supply allows, the fat will die through a smelly process called fat necrosis,
Mhm.
which can lead to infections that need antibiotics, hospitalizations, and even sepsis.
Yeah.
Sounds fun, doesn't it? That big
No, sepsis is no fun, sister. I'm telling you.
old. Mm-mm. So, if that's not enough, and I'm not trying to tell people not to get it done, I'm just thinking you got to think about this, and it's really making headlines because it is so popular now. Now, also, they've discovered that when you go through the TSA screening at the airport,
Mhm.
if your booty is so much bigger in comparison to your waist, like they say itty bitty waist, big old thing in your face. What's the song? I like big butts and I cannot lie.
That was Sir Mix-a-Lot back in the
Yeah.
80s.
What was the exact line?
What was what?
What was that exact line about the itty bitty waist and the
Oh,
that's fine.
I'd have to rewind my brain on that one.
I just
I
started at the
think I
beginning
did,
of this.
I think I did pretty good knowing that he was in the 80s and then he was Sir Mix-a-Lot.
You did do good. And check out that song, guys, if you hadn't heard it. But anyway, that ratio difference sets off the TSA because they have put like different body types into their computer, and that must mean you've got, like two machine guns down your pants or something when you go.
Yeah, it's
When you
disproportionate.
disproportionate. Thank you for your big word. I was trying to think of that and I could not think of it.
You get, hey, you have me on here for some reason.
Right. Lots of reasons. So therefore, the TSA agents are saying that that anomaly in the booty to waist ratio is setting off the alarm, so they're having to do pat downs. Now, that's their excuse for doing the big old booty pat downs. I'm not so sure.
Well, what if you've just had the surgery and your booty is sore?
Yeah, but
Somebody, yeah, starts coming at my booty and it's sore. We gonna have a throwdown here. Sorry.
so that combined with actually the TSA also said that your sweat can set off the alarm. So if you have super sweat anywhere in your body, beads of sweat, the scan will be like, there's a lump there, there's a bump there, you better check it out. So between the risk of death, the smell, the sweat, the necrosis, the having to be patted down, it just doesn't sound like something. I'm not happy with my booty, but it just doesn't sound like something I want to do.
Well, can I throw in one tidbit?
Sure.
It's very expensive.
Yes. Yeah, I think it's tens of thousands of dollars, if you get it done in the United States.
Ah,
Yeah,
that's a lot of money
it is.
to put on something that you never see.
That you said on.
Well, you don't see it.
Well, that's why I feel like, I respect the Kardashians and that I think they work hard. Now, what they do may not seem like work. They're constantly going, constantly in the news, constantly coming up with product. So I respect their game, but their
Yeah,
booties have really influenced the world in a negative way, I think.
I agree.
if that's your natural shape, well, more power to you. And there are women who are built that way naturally, but to put that much pressure on little bitty flat-butted white girls like me, it's a lot of pressure. But I feel like it's kind of the trend is going back down, don't you?
I do as well. And I'm grateful for that.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people are removing their like the outrageous implants because once you get that big old booty, then you want the big implants to what's that word again?
Proportionate.
Yeah, to be more proportionate because you look cuckoo with a flat chest and a big old booty like that,
Yeah.
unnaturally huge. So therefore, if they're taking out their booties, I don't see, can you take out a butt? Well, I don't think you can take out a butt lift unless lipo maybe. So
Mm. Now, with filler, it can dissolve, but as far as the fat, uh, I think you're kind of in it to win it.
now, the filler you were talking about, I have full disclosure, I have like a dent since I was a little girl, like a just a scooped out part on the side of my booty. So you could just actually take filler and fill in that. It's like a dent in a car, like a dimple in a car I have. So
Oh, yeah,
you
no
can actually
problem.
feel that. That's really wild that that can be
Call and schedule with my assistant and we'll get that taken care of for you.
you. I actually have seen people on plastic surgery shows do the filler in the butt, and I'm like, gosh, you'd have to keep putting it in and putting it in and putting it in. And
Yeah, it's very effective and it looks great. It is just the cost issue.
yeah, I could see where you would, like, if you had little dimples and cellulite, you could actually even that out some too.
Correct. And anything that you do is going to produce your own collagen and elastin, so that's going to help you even more.
Right. Ooh, yes. That's a thought. Well, I may have to come see you for my dent. I don't know. I'm trying to accept it, but all right.
Well, I won't do a butt lift, but I will do the butt dent.
Pull out my dent like a auto body person. Okay, and finally, Diana,
Yes.
for fall, we like to keep up with the trends, and for fall, the new look is frazzled English woman. Have you heard that?
No. What is that?
Women are turning to the frazzled English woman look, which means imagine, if you will, a young, attractive, but not particularly stylish British woman who's in a hurry. She's late for work. She's all frazzled. She overslept. She pulls her hair up into a messy bun. She has time to put on a little lip gloss, but nothing else. She grabs whatever's laying over the chair to wear, pulls on her jeans, pulls on some clogs, grabs the sweater, goes outside, realizes it's a little colder. She goes back and gets a scarf that doesn't really match, wraps it around, and she runs out. She gets on the subway. She looks down at her shirt and realizes she has toothpaste drips down the front of her shirt. She's like, oh, well, I can't be bothered. That is the aesthetic for fall. Thought,
Wow. We have a lot to look forward to, don't we?
well, I think I'm finally in style because I'm English German. My heritage is English German, but I mean, if you could see my hair right now, Diana can see my hair, and it's falling this way. It's over here, falling back. It looks bald, and I'm not a. I used to be, but I'm really not into my fashion. I'm into comfort and ease and getting dressed quick so I can start my day, and I don't see people much. Like you have to go out and represent in your line of work, be professional and be, I mean, stylish, attractive. I don't have to be. So I think I'm going to be stylish by accident.
Okay. Well, congratulations.
Now, do you think you will be participating in this look?
Mm, maybe not so much. No.
Yeah, I'm trying to think and see you in like kind of loose, sloppy, mismatched, casual. Oh, I didn't think about it much clothes. I just don't see you like that. Maybe
Yeah.
you're that way at night when you're home. What do you sleep in? Not to be personal, I'm just curious.
Oh, just a little nightshirt, like a t-shirt.
Okay. Okay. I
Yeah.
didn't know if you did the whole glam thing when you go to bed too.
No, because it's itchy, lace and all that stuff. I like the look of it, but it's just not functional for sleeping.
I agree. I agree.
Now, before you go to sleep, it's all on.
And then you end up naked when you go to sleep. I can't sleep in the nude because I feel like the monsters are going to get my legs.
Yeah, I can't sleep in nude either. I never have been able to.
Yeah, monsters will definitely get you.
Mm,
So if you think about the movie, I don't know if you're into the Bridget Jones movies.
I have not saw those.
Bridget Jones is she is Renee Zellweger, and she plays a British girl that's always frazzled and late and scatterbrained, and it's her look. So if you wanted to go watch that movie, you could get an idea if you want to be trendy. Our listeners listening, Keira Knightley, her look, kind of she's an actress. Um, I think it's cute, but um, these people will be working to look that way as opposed to it comes naturally to them. So you're actually,
Natural.
it took me 3 hours to look this casual and frazzled and messy. That kind of thing.
Okay, I feel like we have a problem there. I don't know where it is, but I just think we have a problem there.
Yeah. Let's see, it says if you're looking for more inspo on the trend, do a quick search on TikTok. Just put in frazzled English girl, I say lady, I think. Frazzled English lady look. There's countless videos to tell you how to do it, but I think if you have a pair of slouchy pants, maybe some loafers, a big baggy sweater, a cardigan sweater, and a big scarf, you've got the look.
I
So
have none of those.
no, I don't think you should participate, Diana. But
I'd have to
also,
go out and get a whole new wardrobe.
you would. You would. Now, this one I think you could shop at, like a thrift store or something. You could get that look pretty easily. I also think kind of like a college student who's got to get to class early in the morning and they're just kind of throw it together and
Well, how about this as a concept? The
okay,
night before, you take 5 minutes just to figure out what you're going to wear the next day, and then in the morning you don't have to worry about it.
don't have to look frazzled.
Yeah, you just put 5 minutes of thought into it before you go to bed and lay your clothes out.
That would be a thing to do.
Why don't you try
I have a big old chair in my bedroom right now that's got like 3 weeks worth of outfits laying across it. So,
it? Choose one.
yeah. This says, but ultimately, the fun part of being a little frazzled is embracing your individualism and your creativity. The ultimate goal is to be too busy to care or worry about keeping things in check or what you look like. You just want to get out into the world and see where the wind takes you. So I think that's kind of a cool attitude.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, there are people who have to dress a certain way for their occupation, but otherwise it's like, don't overthink, don't put all the makeup on necessarily, don't fix your hair perfectly. Let's get out and go and enjoy the day.
I do feel like in my industry, I feel people don't wear makeup like they used to, and that's really a good thing because then women feel good about their skin. So, a little less makeup goes right along with what you're talking about.
Oh, really? In the aesthetics industry, you see women are, because usually they're like glam, 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 glammed up.
Yeah, well,
In a
when you
trend.
do good skincare, you don't need all that.
That's true. That's true. I always thought it'd be so much pressure to be an esthetician, especially a facialist, and you'd be thinking about, oh, I've got a zit today. They're going to be like, why do you have a zit? But
No, it just makes you're real to that person because we have them too. Just because we're a nurse injector or an esthetician doesn't mean we don't have our own skin problems pop
that's
up.
true. That's true. Gosh, I can't believe we're already running out of time. That's crazy. I love
Oh,
talking to you. I have so much fun, and time is
we
ticking. Yeah.
and we're crazy, and you throw crazy questions at me that I have no idea what you're gonna say ever.
Well,
All of it.
since it's late and I'm loopy, I might as well do silly topics because sometimes we get pretty heavy on our topics, and I think this was a fun one.
We do. Yeah.
So I want to ask you, like I always do, as we get near the end of the show, have you learned anything today, or do you have any final thoughts for our listeners?
I liked hearing about the butt implants and how maybe that has the trend is weaning a little bit.
Hmm.
I think that's good. I've heard a lot of unhealthy and unhappy people, from individuals that have had that done and they regretted that they did it. So
Hmm.
I would just advise everybody to make sure that something, just because it comes along, you don't just jump on that train. You make sure that it's safe and effective and long term will serve you if you're going to go for it.
I
So
agree. Good.
I learned that.
You didn't expand your brain when we talked about the hot dogs or anything, I don't guess.
No, I'm not stuck on the hot dogs.
I'll allow it. I'll allow it. Okay. We, we want to thank you guys for listening. As always, Dinah, I want to thank you. After a long, long, long day, you found some time to squeeze in for us and for our listeners. It's always so much fun.
Hey, you know what? You show up when you're supposed to, and you make time for what's important to you. And this is important to me.
Good.
So, absolutely, I'm honored to be here as always.
Well, you're important to me too, and our listeners are very important. We hope you enjoyed this, maybe giggled a little today, and maybe you can tell some people about hot dogs tomorrow at work or BBLs, or go to work and tomorrow dress like an frazzled English woman. Just grab something off the chair. We love you
I'm gonna
guys.
do that for Halloween. How's that?
Yeah, there you go. Thank you for listening. Subscribe, leave a review. I'm running down to a few seconds. I love you guys. I love you, Dinah. Goodbye. Say
Okay,
goodbye, Brianna.
stand bye bye.